So 2025 has not been a magical year for Ferrari, especially coming off of 2024 where they were second in the Constructors' Championship. McLaren had 666 points, oof, and Ferrari had 652. I mean, they were so close to clinching a Constructors' Championship, which is something that Ferrari needs really, really badly. However, instead of doing much better or even incrementally better this season, Ferrari's actually in third right now, and they're only just hanging on to third. Red Bull Racing has 290 points and Ferrari's got 298. And Red Bull, especially under the leadership, if you will, of Max Verstappen, is looking like they could take third place in the Constructors' Championship away from Ferrari, possibly take second away from Mercedes. It just depends on how strong the Mercedes cars are, and maybe even take second place with the Drivers' Championship. I mean, it's still game on for Red Bull, and Ferrari is basically nowhere. And you know what? A couple of other things are happening with Ferrari that is just, it's leading folks to think that there isn't much hope. Ferrari's losing hope of winning a Grand Prix in 2025, and they only got 10 points in Singapore. Meanwhile, George Russell and Kimi Antonelli are looking a lot stronger, and they beat Leclerc for the battle for fifth. And Max Verstappen got second place in the Singapore GP, and he's not showing any signs of slowing down. As a matter of fact, he might just be speeding up. To make matters worse, Charles Leclerc, he could leave Ferrari at the end of 2026. So his manager, Nicholas Todt, I think I'm pronouncing that right, and this is a quote, this is from Planet F1, told the Straits Time that Leclerc is not a kid anymore and therefore needs to be competing for a championship-worthy team, one with a competitive car. Now, that's not like a thinly veiled insult. Competitive car is exactly what Ferrari is missing right now. Lewis Hamilton has a little bit better of a demeanor, and I think once you have racked up enough championships, simply driving in red could possibly be enough of a consolation prize. But for Charles Leclerc, who still wants to prove himself in Formula One, it might not be enough. Where would he go? Who knows? But like I said on some of my previous episodes, 2026 is going to be very telling for a lot of folks. And if you are a front-running driver, you know, talented, sought-after driver, if your car is a dud in 2026, best believe you're going to be probably looking for a different seat in 2027. Oscar Piastri, who knows? Maybe he goes over to Ferrari because of the drama that's been going on with McLaren. I still don't know who McLaren feels is their number one driver. And then going back to Ferrari, and this is another article from Planet F1, and I'm just going to read, verbatim. Mario Andretti, the 1978 Formula One world champion, bluntly replied yes when asked if he is starting to lose faith in the leadership of Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur. And also, as if it couldn't get any worse, it seems as though there is a clash. Let me look up the name. Oh gosh, it's Matteo something or other. Yes. So Fred Vasseur seems to have a little bit of maybe there's some finger pointing over there at Ferrari with Ferrari's head of track engineering, Matteo Togninali. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But at the end of the day, who knows? Maybe if this guy leaves and Ferrari gets a little bit better, then we kind of know what's going on. But I don't know if we're going to get any clear answers right now. So who knows what we're going to get for the remainder of the 2025 season. We've got a handful of races left. One of the McLaren guys I do believe is going to win the Drivers' Championship. Which one? Kind of up for grabs. and it probably shouldn't be at this point. It's not a race weekend, so it did give me a chance to take a look at some other news. So, Car and Driver, these vehicles are dead for 2026, meaning they're not coming back in 2026. There's a whole list of them. There's the Acura TLX. Honestly, I didn't really remember that they were making the Acura TLX. The Audi Q8 e-tron is going away, but there's not been a huge push for electric vehicle adoption as of late. The BMW X4, I don't even know anyone who drives one of those, but here's one that I think is significant. The Audi A4. It's been like synonymous with Audi since the 90s. It's going away. But is it really? It's only kind of going away because the A5, which now comes in 4 doors, is going to be replacing it. So in my opinion, it's only really kind of the badge that's going away, but the car remains in the form of the A5. So they've got the A5 as a 2-door coupe, and they've also got the A5 as the 4-door sedan. So it only makes sense that the A4 is going away. There's a Cadillac, the XT4, that's going away. I don't think anybody was paying attention to that. If you were, my apologies. The XT6 is going away. The one that I think is actually significant is the Chevy Malibu. That one is going away, and that is significant because it means that Chevy is no longer going to be selling any sedans in the United States, which I think is a real tragedy. At some point, we've got to start selling sedans in this country again because sedans are cool. They serve a purpose. They handle better. They hold pretty much as much stuff as your average medium to small SUV. And they are typically cheaper. Did you know that you can still get like a 2025 Jetta for under $25,000? United States needs to kind of fall out of love with SUVs. Unless you need one, then yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, go get one. I have an SUV. It's a full-sized Ford Bronco, but I sleep in the back of it during race weekends. I take it off-roading. I use it as an SUV, not just something going to go get groceries. Now, I don't think I'm going to win a lot of fans by saying that because SUVs are ubiquitous. Anyway, they're everywhere in the United States. And so, yeah, I got to tread lightly about criticizing SUVs. Matter of fact, my wife has a small SUV, and anyway, they're not that bad. But Chevy getting rid of the Malibu spells the end of sedans for major U.S. car makers, and it'll be interesting to see when that trend, in fact, turns around. All right, so there you have it. It's not a race weekend, so had a hodgepodge of stuff to talk about, and I'm rambling now, which means to me it is time to go. I've been Dalton. You've been great. This has been the Pedalist. I'm pretty sure I did that out of order, but oh well. I'm out. See you next time. See you for the race.